reading for the month of June 2026, or whenever you see this. What's the vibe? Nightlife, striptease, gamble, and Vegas. Oh, shit. Okay, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing in June? Seven of Cups, you got a lot of options. We've got High Priestess, Temperance, Four of Pentacles. Oh, someone's been a good girl. Or boy. Or they. So Seven of Cups, lots of options, opportunities, sounds off in the distance that are distracting. Lots of distractions. We got the High Priestess here too, which is like trusting your intuition, trusting your gut. Also kind of a little bit more private and demure energy here with the Temperance card as well. And then Four of Pentacles, kind of more of that Cancer energy of sort of keeping your cards close to your chest. So maybe you've got some ideas or plans that you've been working on, or maybe there's just it's really just like an aspect of yourself that's been kept a little bit more private. Okay. The devil in the tower. Like the tower was like, no, we're coming out. Devil at the base. So this has been an ongoing thing that's been a self-protection mechanism for you. It's nothing to be like, oh shit, the devil, but it's a repeating pattern that's kind of held you chained down and kept you from making that next step or that next leap forward in your spiritual growth or just in life in general. So what do you have right now? What's going on in your value system? You got the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords reversed. You've got an unusual and unique way of managing your value system. It's a different take. And I think you're actually fairly cold about what you own and what you allow to own you. There's somebody here that is an asshole. Critical, cold, judgmental. Could be something in your past, or maybe you just are valuing that kind of cold shoulder attitude. Like the gray rock. It's more than that, though. It's like just freezing people out in order to get the upper hand. It's like a strategy. That's what it is. So you've got the cold shoulder strategy to freeze people out so that you can stay in control. What needs to change? Five of Wands. Feeling like you need to compete with everyone. Not okay. That what else needs to change about that? The Moon. So that's you. Feeling like you have to compete with anyone. You're unique, you're special, you do have your own, I want to say, tricks and strategies. Maybe you feel a little basic at times, but you're anything but. To me, Cancer energy is mysterious, feminine, and can be like compassionate and sweet and humble and mothering and all of those things, but it's a lot more than that. It's like deeply felt emotions and just authenticity, just straight up authenticity. And I do feel that with the Moon here as well, is that there's been a bit of like inauthenticity, hiding, concealing, and as a means of protection and as a means of competition. So something here needs to change about that. So for you with the Seven of Pentacles reverse, it's like the value system has to change here. So this goes back to feeling like you need to get the upper hand by enjoying doing that. There's an enjoyment here of you like freezing people out and being like, well, you're not gonna hear from me. I'm gonna ghost you. I'll wait for you to get over it. I have someone that is no longer in my life. I hope she's well. But she used to freeze people out when they got pissed off at her for doing something. Instead of having a conversation, it was like, well, I'll just ignore you until you decide to get over it. Strength reverse on the cut there. That's not disciplined behavior. That's childish, and that's got to be fixed. Okay, that's what we're here to do. 4:52 on the clock. We're about to change some shit about the Cancer behavior. We gotta take it to the next level. What's the new What's the new iteration of Cancer rising? What do they look like when they're evolved? What do you look like when you're evolved? Two of Cups. You have good, positive relationships. The Empress, bitch. The Empress. Okay, so why are you sleeping on amazing relationships? And this whole this whole situation's just changed. You have the opportunity to have fantastic, amazing relationships and for your life to get incredibly easy. Like, you don't even have to lift a fucking finger, bitch. Like, you just wave your wand and people come running to make your life happen because you have insight, compassion, wisdom. You're magnetic. You're gorgeous. Like, and it's not just men, women, children, anybody. Like, animals. You're fucking Snow White, motherfucking Cinderella. The animals are like making a whole dress to go to the ball for you. Like, that's the Empress, man. And that's what you're sleeping on because you're so stuck on doing the gray rock or worse, the cold freeze out treatment to hold people at arm's length to self protect when you could be running game on everybody around you. Six of Wands at the base as well. You deserve to be put on a pedestal and elevated. So, what's going on at home right now? What's going on? Actually, there's a lot going on. We're not gonna we're not gonna talk about that because you know what that is. Let's talk about something that's more productive, which is what led up to this being the time is right now for you to make this transition out of that freeze out treatment behavior that you've kind of gotten stuck on as a means of self protection. What led up to this being the time is right for Cancer rising? Four of Wands, Tower reversed, Page of Wands reversed, and Three of Cups. Okay, so in the home, in order to preserve a stability and to keep everything from falling apart, you kept your mouth shut, and that ended up giving you a lot of support. So it's like you sort of unlocked, and this is not just at your house, like with the people you live with. Four of Wands can be many different things, but it's like solid structures that you're a part of, solid structures that you've worked to build. So if that's like friendships, relationships, family, workplaces, something that you've had a hand in building, or a project that you've gotten off the ground. In order to keep that from crumbling, you kept your mouth shut because it was really in a true danger of completely falling apart, relationship falling apart, family being at odds where people aren't even talking to each other anymore, workplace or a spiritual or creative project was at risk of completely self-destructing. You kept your mouth shut, bitch. But it wasn't that you did a cold shoulder thing. It was that I almost picked up my thumb there. Like, it was just a nervous um habit, or you didn't mean to do it this way, okay? You were just sort of like freaked out for some reason. It's such a weird thing to say, but a situation was about to fall apart, and because you had some anxiety about what you're going to say, you didn't say anything, didn't do anything, didn't take action, wasn't impulsive, didn't follow your usual playbook. And that led to a Three of Cups scenario where everybody ended up like being like, you know what, we can figure this out, let's go forward. And things just kind of, the energy transformed, right? The energy evolved. I don't know why Eight of Pentacles. Okay, it's been a long time coming as well. It definitely does feel like with this it could be more of a workplace for a lot of you. But at the end of the day, it's like you've worked your way up to this point by different types of spiritual growth and self development. So now we're here. The opportunity arose because you saw how it you were able to keep things together in a more harmonious way and play your part in it by not being impulsive, by not popping off at the mouth, and yeah, just taking a step back even if you didn't intentionally mean to do so. So what do you need to have the courage to do to access this Two of Cups Empress energy? Allow you to do so. So it's Four of Cups and the Page of Cups first. Four of Cups is an energy of not just accepting anything, um, not accepting what's on offer, but I do also feel here with the Page of Cups, it's like just because you've been hurt in the past doesn't mean that you don't go forward with an emotional attitude of forgiveness and love and positivity and just hopefulness. And so you've got to have the courage that even though people have disappointed you, people have hurt you, they've betrayed you, all kinds of things like that, okay? I'm not here to diminish a second of that. That's why you turn to the self-protective um, modus operandi, right? Is because you've been hurt. You have to have the courage to continue to go forward with hope and positivity. Now, what's behind that? Page of Swords. Learn about it. what what do you have to have the courage to learn about here? You better learn about it. Knight of Cups, another card of offering emotional positivity. And when you do that, what happens? Six of Pentacles, reverse there, full reverse there, Six of Cups. Ooh, Emperor. Okay, so, ooh, okay. Ooh, okay. I'm learning some shit here. All right. So here's what it is. When you learn more about the function of what happens when you step forward into any situation, whether it's just an interaction on a daily basis, something that goes on at work, you make an effort to show emotional sensitivity, compassion, and hope and goodwill. Charm motherfuckers, right? You just make the effort. So when you learn more about making that effort, you'll see that there are some people that are gonna show up, right? And some of those people are greedy. They're gonna take. They're not able to give. Some of those people are quite serious. They're not able to just go with the flow, or they're maybe stuck in a certain type of what they already thought. Their preconceived notions or their own modus operandi, their own MO. These are the two groups that are going to be the most challenging for you. And so as you learn about those throughout June and just going forward, this feels like kind of a big reading for you. You're at a transition. Okay, I want to come back to nightlife real quick. Like, total fucking squirrel moment, but like strip tease, like tease a bitch, that's it's like there's several different things going on with this energy. Like it's the energy of like going out and having fun and partying and just enjoying yourself. Like step out of your fucking comfort zone, step out of your house and have a good time. But it's also like, you know, putting forth a little bit of fun and excitement or positive vibes, just enjoyment vibes into the energy. Like you offer that. So when you're doing that, this diminishes the energy and counteracts the energy of seriousness and greediness, feeling like you don't have enough, feeling like you have to beg, borrow, and steal. So it both counteracts the over seriousness and the poverty consciousness attitudes for you, but it also conquers them in your environment. And what ends up being the end result of that is a Six of Cups moment where everyone can feel unconditional love, share and share alike. There's no worry about like, oh, I'm spending too much or I don't have enough or I like can't give because then I'll be betrayed. Someone will use this against me or I'm going to look stupid, I'm going to look foolish like so the you are needed, bitch, is what I mean to say. You are needed because in the group setting, whatever that looks like, okay, you're needed to feed in that positive emotional vibes because you're Cancer, okay, and that's the emotions. But Cancer is also a cardinal energy, so Scorpio will sustain it, and Pisces will transmute it, but you're the one that injects it. You're the one that like, boop, okay, let's fucking make this like a feel good moment. Hey, remember when? Like let's make it happen. Let's get the fam together and let's do something for 4th of July. Let's like it's this type of like ringleading in the emotional arena where you're needed. And just with friends, family, at the club, like wherever you happen to be. And this is an opportunity for you in June is go out with friends, go out with the coworkers, like go have a few drinks and see what you can do by injecting your positive, like rally the troops, let's make it happen. And then you're injecting that positive vibe. And so that people can now experience unconditional love. Now, having said all of that, what are these cards over here that I was like so excited about? Okay. Eight of Cups reversed with the Emperor. When you're able to do this, Emperors come forth. Okay. So, like, look, if you're a man, you know, you're getting this reading because you have more of a receptive energy. Some men do. Then you can have a female that'll come forth and be like, yeah, they're a powerhouse. They're gonna like make everything happen, and you're gonna be the one that has all the ideas and the creativity and the support. Okay, it's simple energy. It has nothing to do with actual gender, but this is where we're at. Okay, so stay with me. So when you're able to be this, as we talked about, and you're injecting that emotional like attitude into the situation, you attract someone who is a go-getter. They handle their shit. They're a boss. The thing with emperors is that they need direction. They need someone to turn their head. I'm not saying that they're a fool or inexperienced or anything like that, but they lack purpose and direction. That's why the empress is the pair to the emperor, because the empress understands purpose intuitively, knows the feelings and the heart of the people that need her or could use her help. But because she's so sensitive and open to everything, she also needs protection, and she needs someone to go to fight her battles for her, essentially. That's what can come in for you when you rally the troops and you show your willingness to inject emotional positivity into situations. It dispels greed, poverty consciousness, it dispels seriousness, it dispels control issues, both for self and for others. It creates so much good vibes. You have to be willing to do that even though you've been hurt before. You have to know that you're protected and safe, and that you'll call in people who want to fight battles and go to war for you. And here's where the Eight of Cups reverse comes in. They'll clean up anything around you. They'll go and retrieve anything for you. And that also, that energy retrieves a part of the self that was left behind in an attempt for you to be self-protective. And it's a harsh world out there, and because you had to go it alone, you had to leave the more sensitive and vulnerable parts of yourself behind. So when you can call in emperor energy into your life, people, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. Of course, the Two of Cups is here. If you're looking for love, bitch, this is the way. But like, it can also just be friends and family members, coworkers, job opportunities, the universe itself. Whatever it is, it brings an emperor energy. That's, we'll go to war for you, we'll fight the battles, we'll organize the situation. You just keep supplying emotional goodwill, emotional stability, creative ideas, beauty and harmony and luxury and value. Value is what you bring to the table. So, having said all that, what's a detail you may miss in June if you're not paying attention that you shouldn't be on the lookout for? Okay, Six of Swords reverse, Nine of Wands. Yeah, you can go back the Lovers. Okay, it's a choice that you have to make. Wheel of Fortune, the time is great for you to make the right choice here. And you can do it. But this is coming up and like, hey, just be aware. You can make things worse for yourself if you start throwing up boundaries. And it's also going to um, block out some people that would are worthy and on the same path as you, soulmates and otherwise, like people who like are aligned with your energy at this time, and you can have a great time with, like, whatever you want to call it. You can block those people out by throwing up boundaries. So just by kind of having, I've seen like this little I guess it's a cat. This little cat with like the side eye, like looking into the book and being like, what do you do? What, like, like I'm Cancer rising and I'm out at the club and I'm just like, here in my book, or like I'm in my phone, like, like, why? Don't do that, okay? Now is the time for you to be open to what is going on around you. Do not throw up boundaries. You'll experience greater and greater consequences for doing that as time goes forward. I don't say that to scare you. I'm just saying it's one of those things about the universe that once you know better, you better do better. And so here we are, okay? So I want to know more about this emperor. Who is this emperor to Cancer rising? King of Cups reversed. Ooh, they're a little jealous, possessive. They need emotional balancing out. 10 of Wands. They're willing. I just thought like that. Lydia, like, I am sworn to carry your burdens. Like, this motherfucker. They work hard as shit. They work hard as shit. And they could be like a very traditional, like, career person. Death reversed, having trouble changing out of their own uh, hermitude, the hermitage. They're kind of like also clammed up and sort of self-protective as well, but it's more just like they need rest, they need rejuvenation. A 7 of Wands reversed. They're also struggling to get to a higher ground. So your energy, Empress energy, is greatly needed, but they are also going to meet you where you're at this time, which is that you're also like sort of head in the clouds, not really open to what's going on. You definitely put a wall up and shut people out. Likewise, they don't put walls up, so a lot of things like hit the body blow, and then they have to go and like heal, or they get sick a lot, or things like that, because they don't have that type of protection. So this is where y'all are going to have the meeting of the minds. 8 of Pentacles, you might meet them at work. You might meet them at work, okay? So this is such a good reading. I actually did another Cancer Rising reading a couple days ago, and it was a disaster. It was such a fucking harsh reading. And I realized pretty much right from the beginning that I was reading for that person I mentioned earlier that was the Cancer Rising, because I thought of them, and then and then it was just their life story. But like, I'm no contact with them. Okay, I don't know why I'm telling you all this. Mastery. Okay, so I lived and learned. I went through the entire reading. I just went through this entire reading and my microphone wasn't up. I'm going to put it back down and fix it in post. So I went through the entire reading, and then I realized that my microphone was fucking muted the entire time. And that was a bitch to find out, but it also protected me from like posting that, because the real reading was this one. So anyway, that sucks ass. 2302. It'll be all right. I'm just gonna leave it down there because I don't want to like have to like really fix all of the audio issues. It'll be easier if I just leave it how it is. But anyway, check your shit. Check and make sure. I just want to say really quickly, like, before you step out this month, go into the club, make sure that your fucking dress isn't see through, and that everybody will be able to see your ass cheeks and thong. Just saying, like, it's that kind of energy. All right, so what's a secret that you don't know about that you'll be finding out about right now? 2 of Swords, you've already made a decision. 3 of Swords reversed, to heal yourself and to heal your heart. And 7 of Pentacles, it's just not worth this freezing people out and protecting yourself and everything. Knight of Swords, it doesn't help. It doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help you. Like the vindictiveness, the self-protection, the avoidance, all of that, whatever you were trying to do, it wasn't all that effective. That was the first thing you learned. I don't know, I'm thinking of like crawling. How some babies like will scoot around in like really weird ways. Like the most effective way to move, to locomote, would be like to either stand up and walk, or to like do the army crawl or whatever. But like the first thing, if they learn, the first thing to do is like scoot around on the butt, like that's just what they're gonna do. And I do feel that like this self-protection mechanism was learned at such a young age for you, and it worked, but it just wasn't it doesn't mean it was the best option. It was just the first one that worked that you were able to find. And so you clutched onto it, and here we are, right? And that's okay. You can forgive yourself for that. We all do shit like that, for real. For real. So what are you learning about? This flew out. King of Pentacles. You're learning about mastering your own feelings of worth and value. You've mastered a lot about, job and money and material investments. What is of true value as well? Because, one of the most problematic parts of this spread thus far was the values of freezing people out. Ten of Pentacles reversed. I mean, it's kind of led to a lot of destruction for you. Like, as a Cancer rising, you have Capricorn in your seventh house. You're always going to be coming across people who are business people, money makers, like they're in a, they're on the corporate ladder, or they're self-employed, or like they're in the Capricorn energy and area, right? And by freezing these people out, they're not going to make an effort as Capricorn energy people, whether they're actually Capricorns or not. This is just how the astrology works, okay? They're not going to make a huge effort to like meet you halfway. If you freeze them out, they're comfortable with that because they freeze themselves out of their own emotional feelings and stuff like that. So that's just going to cause any type of connection between you to wither and die. And that limits your ability to build generational wealth, to build a fuckload of security, to even move up your own corporate ladder, or whatever, if that's what you're working on, like a hierarchy of any sorts. And so you're learning more about people with that Capricorn energy as well. Like, what are their values? What do they expect out of life? How these people continually come back into your life. And so you're learning more about how they operate, and how if you continually come towards them, they are going to emotionally disappoint you. I'm just going to let you know right now, because they're not in tune with their emotions. They shove them down. They don't even feel them a lot of the time. So they will emotionally disappoint you. But when you continually show back up with that full cup, and you say, you know what, Capricorn type, Emperor, King of Pentacles type, whoever it is, and say, I still love you, or I still have hope for our future, or I still want to build you up. I still want to speak life and love into you. And you also give that to yourself. Of course, you have to always have a full cup before you can give it to anyone else. So when you're continuously doing that, then you're learning more about how these people, these types operate. Because that's when we're talking about a Two of Cups situation and learning for anyone, it's all about what's going on in the seventh house. What are these people like that keep coming into your life? You're learning more about other people through the mirroring and the relationship aspect. Period. Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. You're learning about the ways that you have entrapped yourself as well. And it's important to acknowledge that, step by step, things have been cemented into the brain that, like, were for one reason or another different beliefs to protect yourself, to silence criticism, or hold off the control of these King of Pentacles types, that just anybody coming into your life. And because of that, it's important that you acknowledge that you created these barriers, and it's okay for you to step out of them as well. But the resiliency has to come from within. You can't expect to control other people around you, or just keep running from situations and freezing people out and thinking that that's going to be sufficient for your well-being and happiness. Newsflash, it's not. All right, so what's the end result by the end of June if you attend to the reading? King of Wands reversed. Okay. Why is the King of Wands reversed coming out right now for Cancer rising? The Devil. Okay, so something else has come up. It's not about the end result. This is just something else that you need to know. If there's a repeating person in your life who is a know-it-all energy, they could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. They could be man or woman, doesn't matter. But with the King of Wands reversed, there's someone that actually is rather lazy and self-important, and they use charisma and manipulation tactics to get people to do what they want. If this person tries to come back around, just know that they haven't changed. They're still up to their old shit. They have narcissist tendencies, not saying that they are, but I'm also saying that you're not crazy for seeing them that way. And they're best avoided. And they may try to come back in, especially if you start putting yourself out there. They're going to be like, oh, Cancer Rising is like, turn the tap back on. Let me go get more of my fuel. Let me go get more of that good juice, the juice. Like, so just be aware, like Two of Wands reverse, okay? There's no future with them. Like, if you had any illusions to the contrary, like, that's what you need to know is like, just, it's okay to block that motherfucker. I'll just let you know right now. That's permission from your angels, all right? So here's what you don't see coming. Eight of Wands reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, and the Five of Cups. There's been something that has caused a lot of disappointment, and it was like a passion or a desire that fizzled out, a low sex drive, or someone that like didn't want to come towards you with sex drive. They stopped communicating with you. They stopped moving towards you. It doesn't necessarily have to be about sex also. It could just be like a friendship or a family member. I'm almost getting like it's a woman actually, but like she stopped calling you and she stopped talking to you and she didn't want to do anything, whatever. And like there's healing that is needed around that as well, that can kind of come up during Eight of Pentacles. It can come up during June, and just keep working at it, step by step. It's going to take a while for you to sort of heal that person leaving your life, I want to say. Okay, so what's the end result for Cancer Rising by the end of June? If they had the courage to just put themselves out there and have some fun. The Star, bitch. Okay, now that's what I'm looking at. You're going to be the center of fucking attention wherever you go. The Chariot. You're combining the two, like, first of all, this is your card as well. But it's an upgrade to me for Cancer from the Moon, where you're sort of like self-protective and you're being mysterious, and yes, it's very sexy, and but also it's separated from everyone and people can't really communicate or figure out the moon. It's a mystery. So with the Chariot, it's more like, all right, we got this shit, let's go. And you're out there taking charge. This is like you getting into your car and going to the club. That's literally what this is. But it's also just like such a huge milestone, because now there's hope and there's excitement. There's people that are watching you and they want some of that good juice. And on top of that, I don't know why I keep saying that, like the juice. But also like with the Chariot, don't be closed off. I just folded my arms there instinctively, and then like everything just shut down like right away. This is you being able to navigate crazy energy around you, and you're able to do so because you have your guiding light of your higher self and your self-respect, your self-love, what you want out of the situation too. But you're open to whatever's going on around you. You're aware of it. If the Chariot's reversed, and I'm talking about someone driving a car, like a Chariot, if it's reversed, it's like that person's just like this and they don't see what's going on in their periphery. Or they got the music turned up to the nines, and then like, they don't hear the siren, and now they're getting fucking done for DUI or whatever. Like, you're aware of your surroundings and you're able to navigate and move and like just get the best out of your situation without feeling like it's happening to you. Instead, it's happening for you. These are big cards. So again, go back to the part where I talked about this pile right here, because that's the key. This reading's getting a little long, so I'm going to wrap it up instead of going back over the same shit again. But if you can do this, like everything going on, relationship, jobs, family, friends, loved ones, like even what's going on at your house, even your own self-love and like mental and emotional well-being is all at stake here. You could change it all today. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups without the reverse on all of this. You come into your own. This is who you are: insightful, compassionate, free, mysterious, and beautiful, ever changing. adaptable, and just uniquely special. Very uniquely special, like just magnetic and just fuck cool as fuck, okay? Just cool as fuck. I love a Cancer rising, all right? So, how are people going to respond to you once you attend to the reading? Queen of Swords, interest. The Hermit reverse, let's go out. Nine of Cups reverse, like, okay, and then the World reverse. So, I'm not here to say that like you need to make all their dreams come true, but the people that are feeling like some kind of way about their own optimism, they'll stay the fuck at home. So like if you're worried about like, oh, you're rallying the troops and getting everybody together, and then there's somebody in the group that like sometimes causes problems or whatever, like just invite them anyway. If they can't match vibes, they'll stay at home. Or like they'll just not be an issue. They'll kind of be in the background here with the world reverse. I do also want to say that this is like, as your relationships go forward and how people react to you, this is going to still be an ongoing process. This is a big deal here. So don't expect everything to just be wrapped up and have like your fucking Prince Charming running out the door by the end of June. This is like, okay, this is the gateway to this, and then this is the gateway to this. And then like, as you go, then the love comes in, then everything happens for you. Hierophant, you're just leveling up and learning a great deal more so that you can be a master of this energy, a spiritual master of this energy. Okay, so what's the thing that you need to let go of for your own best interest by the end? Page of Pentacles. Feeling like you need to live on the surface of life, that everything is about appearances, focusing on money. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. You have plenty. You'll always be able to make more. And like you have your own value, as I have previously talked about. And no, it's not like necessarily the clothes you wear or the money, cash that you can flash or whatever. Your value is in your ability to continue to inject emotional well-being, speaking life and love into people, and getting everyone together, bringing groups together for emotional enjoyment and fulfillment. That's your value. Write it down. Write it down and make a note, okay? You don't have to take out loans. You don't need to feel worthless. You don't need to be looking for anyone to give you any type of money, or like, just like, if any thought came into your head that it has to be about transactions or anything like that, just leave that at the fucking door, bitch. All right. Clarifying life situations for you. Walking unscathed. You're fortunate a trap was laid out for you, but you're too smart to fall for it. Yeah. So like anytime anyone, again, like this King of Wands trying to come back, like you're gonna be, this just felt like, no, devil, fuck off, bitch. Like you're just too smart. Like whatever kind of trap the devil might have plans laid for you, you're just too smart. Open to receive. That's what I'm fucking talking about. You got to be open to like whatever the fuck is going on. If you're over here, let's go way back to this, the Seven of Cups. It's worth repeating. This is Delulu land. This is living off in delusion, that in fantasy, and like you're playing games or you're watching videos or you're in books or you're just in your head with make-me-ups and isolating yourself from anyone else so that way you can't be disappointed by the things that they say or do in real life. You can just make it all up. This is living in the fantasy land, but you're protected. Like you're literally protected. This is coming out. You're protected from anything that these negative motherfuckers would try to do to you. But the important thing is that for you to actually enjoy what's out there on offer to you, you have to be open to receiving that energy. Now, if the energy's trash, you can let it pass, but you still have to be aware of it, or else you can't control the car. You're not in control of the chariot if you're not paying attention to what the fuck's going on. No, it would be better to just stay at home and never get behind the wheel of a car. So that way, in case someone swerves in front of you, you might go into wreck into them or something like that. But if you're going to get behind the wheel of a car, you better be paying attention. Someone's going to try to fucking cut in front of you, but you're in control of the chariot and you're protected. So you'll just go around and then you'll actually have peak experiences that way. Invite abundance with open arms. Embrace the blessings waiting to flow into your life. If you're not open, you can't get the blessings. If you're not open, you can't get the bad things, but you also can't get the blessings. So there's no point to any of this life shit. Clearly, like, just being alone by yourself and hanging out can only give you so much. You can't turn all of this into anything more valuable than a Four of Pentacles. Like, yeah, you can sit at home. Like, normally, if you see the Four of Pentacles, it's like some guy clutching his pentacles, but he's like away from the city. He's off by himself and he's just clutching his pentacles, and that's all he's got. Like, is it nothing? No, but it's nowhere near 7, 8, 9, 10. It's nowhere near that, bitch. It's kind of peas and carrots when you could be having caviar and fucking truffles and shit. Okay, like that's it. That's it. You deserve more. You can get more. So this reading went so much better, but I do have to wrap this up. Okay, which is moon magic? Elvira, bitch, on the front of the deck. That's my husband was like, we got to get this because I love Elvira. That's like mommy for him or something. I don't know. Anyway, what is it with men and titties? Like, the Cancer rising people out there. It's all about the titties. So, okay. I feel like I said that before in a reading too. All right. So, Cancer rising, moon magic card for you for the month of June to wrap this up. What's their moon magic card, please? Be clear. What's the card? Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. You got to. Why not? New moon, intention. A glimmer of hope sparkles in the moonlight, indicating new ideas, beginnings, and golden opportunities. She offers you a clean slate as you play under her soft glow, so purify your thoughts, actions, and diet, for this is a time of new growth as you seed fresh ideas. Time to rise. It's a reset. It's a new opportunity. Anything that needs to be cleaned up, cleared out, and got the fuck out, do it, because now's the time. And seed it as well. You're planting the seeds. I believe I can have more. I believe I can navigate tough energies and be open to good ones coming in. The Horn Moon God, virility. Now, what is that about? Yeah, there's a lot of potential here. I can tell you that. It is time to become truly intimate with this ancient force and primordial lover of the moon goddess. He will keep you firmly rooted in your sexual orientations. He embraces everyone who seeks him, no matter their sexual preference, and encourages you to explore the hidden and virile nature. Masculinity, valor, bravery, strength, and the hunt. Sexual union. So if we go back to like healing the sex issues, if we go back to like this other person that's trying to control you, you're better understanding people that are coming in that are like pentacles types and what that all means about. There's a lot for you to learn in June about your own sexual nature, your sexual desires. And again, we go back to the nightlife. Just have protection. That's all I ask, okay? So if you like that, I love that. That was a long ass reading. Hope you don't mind. Just put it on in the background, whatever. I also have Venus sign readings already posted. Those were for May. But like they're the most recent ones. I won't have more for a couple weeks. And then I have a new channel that I'll have linked in the description where I'm doing like investigative tarot research into different subjects and pop culture things. And like leave a comment if you have a subject that you want me to read on, because that's a lot of fun as well. And take good care of yourself. I'm excited for you. Like this is kick-ass energy. I always see Cancer risings as having a ton of potential. You just got to get out of your own way and have a little bit more fun, and you deserve it, honey. Take good care of yourself. Bye.